Hey, yeah, what's going on, man? Let's talk about this Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight that was announced a few days ago, man. I ain't get a chance to talk about it yet, so let's talk about it, man. So look, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Man, like these dudes were supposed to fight back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When they both were still fighting, they were supposed to fight. Um, when Roy Jones went to heavyweight or whatever, him and Mike Tyson was supposed to fight, and for some reason it fell through and it didn't happen. So now, man, about 10 fucking years later, 10, 15 years later, we got these dudes about to fight again, man. And I forgot, like, the app. It ain't even like no app. I don't know what it is that they fighting on yet. I forgot the name of it, but it's pay-per-view. And I heard. I don't know if it's factual, but I heard, because different shit be, some shit be wrong, and you know what I'm saying, you can't count on one source, you gotta wait till multiple shit come out. I heard that these dudes supposed to be splitting 50 million, which is a heavy price, man. That's a bigger, you know what I'm saying, tag that a lot of these boxers are, you know what I'm saying, be fighting for right now. Like, this fight is about to be bigger than a lot of these dudes fights that's coming up right now. This fight is finna be huge, which is crazy to me, man. But it is what it is, man. These two legends, you know. And with this video, man, I want to talk about who I'm picking. You know what I'm saying? Then I want to hear who y'all picking and why y'all picking them. Okay, so when this first fight got announced, right, I picked Roy Jones Jr. I called my uncle, right, and we was talking about the fight, and he wanted to do a bet. So I picked Roy Jones Jr. because even if I'm not sure about who gonna win the fight, I always pick a fighter just cause, you know what I'm saying, just make it a little bit funner, you know what I'm saying. I ain't one of them people that be like, I'm just watching to be watching. Sometimes, if I'm not sure, I will go on the whim and just be like, I'm picking him, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's how I just rock. But in this one of them fights that I'm just going on a whim, you know what I'm saying? But no, I ain't gonna say I'm going on a whim because I really think that Mike Tyson gonna win this fight. But let me tell y'all why I picked Roy Jones Jr. at first. I picked Roy Jones Jr. because, you know, I look at Mike Tyson, right? And what he been doing lately. He got a podcast, you know, and he got his own marijuana and shit like that. And I see him on his podcast interviewing people, and he be smoking like a million joints in that motherfucker. It's called Hot Box. He be looking like me in that motherfucker. He be high as hell. He be smoking like a million joints. You know, so I'm like, man, Mike Tyson be high as a motherfucker. He ain't really ready to be doing no fighting. You know what I'm saying? Both of these dudes old. Put that aside. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because they fight. Man, fuck it. Um, Roy Jones Jr. recently, in recent times, I be seeing Roy Jones Jr. be in the gyms training people. He recently, you know what I'm saying? Not right now. He recently ago trained Devin Haney. He training Chris Eubank Jr. now, teaching him little tricks and shit like that. Actually, looking like he making him better. You know what I'm saying? He train other fighters, and I just be seeing him in the mix. You feel me? And he look like he in shape. Mike Tyson just now got in shape recently. It seemed like to me, and I just picked Roy Jones Jr. I'm like, man, Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? He might be in better shape. But then I slept on it. A couple nights passed or whatever. Called my uncle back. I'm like, man, bet off. You know what I'm saying? He like, all right, that's cool. And he asked me why. And I'm like, man, I had thought about it. And I'm like, Mike Tyson, man. Even though Mike Tyson older and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he got power still. Probably ain't hitting like he used to, but I'm sure he got some power. That old man power he hitting. And Roy Jones Jr. ain't got no legs. They both ain't got no legs. But Roy Jones Jr., like, fighting style was based off his athletic ability. Like he did a lot of shit like niggas wouldn't do. Like he was throwing like the basics out the window, like the fundamentals out the window. He didn't give a fuck about that. He was just fighting off pure, you know what I'm saying, athleticism. And Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying, look, you know what I'm saying, he was fighting off technique and he had that power, you know. And if he hit Roy Jones Jr., if he this shit might be over. You know what I'm saying? This shit might be over. You know what I'm saying? He hit Roy Jones Jr. and knock his ass out against the ropes. I can actually picture that. I can see that hit. Because I don't think Roy Jones Jr. going to be able to get away from Mike Tyson like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he going to fight. And they going to trade punches. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to get hit. You feel me? And I think Roy Jones Jr. going to get knocked out. That's just me. You feel me? If he don't get knocked out, he getting knocked on the motherfucking ground real hard. And the referee gonna stop it because he's some old men. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I see the shit, man. I'm going Mike Tyson, man. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson is my favorite out of the two. Mike Tyson is my favorite person anyways. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense for me to go with him. I like Mike Tyson better than Roy Jones Jr. back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson was just that dude. Like, Roy Jones was too, but Mike Tyson was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he come in a press conference or wherever the hell he was at, come in the ring, it's just a different, like, aura about this dude, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You knew not to fuck with him. He was scaring niggas before they even got in the ring. But I don't think he gonna scare Roy Jones or nothing like that. But I'm just saying why I like him and shit like that. But I'm picking Roy Jones Jr. Y'all let me know, man, who y'all picking, man, and why. I want to know why y'all picking that guy. But another thing I gotta say before I go, man, is this is a dangerous ass fight, man. Like, you feel me? That's why I can't say this ain't no real fight, because this a real fight. You know what I'm saying? Fighting like what, like 8 rounds. And you feel me? These dudes older, and somebody get hit the wrong way, man, this shit can be bad, man. You feel me? Know these dudes' stamina ain't like Mike Tyson's stamina really ain't been like nothing. You feel me? Anyway, but somebody get hit, this shit can be ugly. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully these dudes got the ring. Okay, man, this fight good for boxing, man. I love this shit. I fuck with it. I will be buying it. And that's that, man. Y'all hit the subscription bell, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button, comment, share, man, all that, man. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.